In our world, a love story doesn't begin with the first hello, but with the final goodbye. It isn't built by time, but reborn from forgetting. This is the story of Mr. Ann and Mrs. Mai and their love song, a song played in reverse, starting from its final, haunting note. They met where their story ended, by a quiet lakeside on a crisp autumn afternoon. Mr. Ann, an old man with silver hair and eyes that held a deep, nameless sorrow. Mrs. Mai, an old woman with a kind smile that couldn't quite hide a touch of distance. They happened to sit next to each other on a park bench. Between them was a gap, not of space, but of memory. "It's so windy this afternoon, isn't it?" Mrs. Mai said gently. Mr. Ann gazed at the rippling water. "Yes, the wind reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is, just a familiar emptiness." Mrs. Mai smiled sadly. "Me too, as if I've just lost something I never had." They looked at each other then, two complete strangers sharing an unnameable sadness. An invisible connection, as delicate as a spider's thread, shimmered between them. They didn't know that the goodbye they were about to say was, in fact, their first hello. And then the scene began to dissolve. Memory is a river that flows backward, and we are drifting with them upstream, to where the wounds begin to heal. The setting changes. They are no longer old, but middle-aged, standing in a room shrouded in a heavy silence. A shattered vase on the floor trembles, and its pieces fly up, reassembling themselves into a perfect form, erasing the evidence of an argument. "I'm sorry." Mr. Ann's voice is full of regret, as if the words are being pulled back from the air. "I never should have said those things." "No." Mrs. Mai shakes her head, her eyes misty. "It was my fault. I was being unreasonable." Those words of healing were the last sounds before the silence began. The biggest argument of their lives was miraculously resolved. The journey continues, further and further back. Their love doesn't fade, but instead grows more intense with every reversed moment. Each step back in time is a cleansing of wounds, a wiping away of misunderstandings, leaving only the purity and passion of the beginning. We see them in a series of reversed moments, gifts being carefully rewrapped and returned to where they belong, photos of them together fading, returning two independent people to their separate frames, travels where they collect the memories they had given away. On a windy seashore, they share a passionate kiss, a kiss that, in our world, is a beginning. Here, it is a sign of the farewell to come, a moment that is sweet, yet filled with an unspoken tragedy. Finally, the river of memory carries them all the way to its source. We arrive at a small coffee shop from 50 years ago. The air is filled with the smooth sound of jazz and the rich aroma of coffee. A young Ann is letting his fingers glide over the piano keys, creating a captivating melody. He isn't playing for the crowd, he's playing for himself. And in a corner of the cafe, a young university student named Mai is listening, mesmerized, as if nothing else in the world exists but the music. The song ends. The young man looks up from the keys, and then their eyes meet. In that instant, time itself seems to stop. All the sounds, all the movements of the coffee shop fade away. All that remains are two pairs of eyes, a gentle smile beginning to form, and the pure, unspoken thrill of a first connection. There is no confession of love, no holding of hands, only that moment. Their love had reached its highest peak, its most complete and perfect form. Right at the moment it had not yet begun. The final love song uses this paradox of time to explore the true nature of love and memory. In the conventional world, love is built and can be eroded by time. But here, love is experienced as a journey of reverse discovery, moving from the complexity of a long-term relationship back to the absolute purity of that first meeting. The story shows that the end, the estranged meeting of the old couple, is not decay, but the inevitable result of a completed journey. Conversely, the beginning, the moment their eyes meet, is the true peak, the instant that contains all the potential and breathtaking beauty of love. This creates a feeling that is tragic, yet incredibly beautiful. The most perfect moment is also the most fragile, existing right on the threshold of existence. And the lesson in this beautiful tragedy? Love is not measured by its length, but by the moments that make us feel immortal. Sometimes a beautiful beginning is the most complete story of all. This story reminds us to cherish the journey and the memories that have made us who we are, because even when everything ends, the beauty and thrill of the first meeting can remain forever, like a perfect, unfading note of music. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories that explore the depths of human emotion. We'll see you in the next one.